I went to seminary to train to be a minister. I don't think at that point I had the realization that I wanted to be a girl, but I think that realizations come gradually.
I think we are living in a time when people are trying to expose more of the parts that they've kept private in lives before.
We're a stressed out people. We're a stressed out world. It's because, you know, there's so much sexual frustration. When I see television, I see the world leaders. When I see, you know, these people in government, I mean, most of the time they look like they've lost their last friend. And I think to myself, man alive, their greatest need is a piece of ass. And if they had that more regularly, they wouldn't be so miserable. They wouldn't be so cantankerous.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York.
For all my life, I've wanted to be a woman. And fortunately, I found out that it was all right to be a woman after years and years and years of feeling just terribly guilty about having that desire.
New York, New York. I want to wake up in the city that never sleeps and find out king of the hill, top of the heap, my little town blues are melting away.
We love Ellie. Half the reason we come here is to hear her sing.
She is definitely the ambassador for Provincetown.
She has the freedom to be out there, and I think that's important.
My friends are friends of Ellie's, and they made me promise if I came to P-Town to meet Ellie because they would just thrill with him, his music.
I was born on December 1st in 1931 as Elliot. And my dad was a minister, and it was always sort of held up to me that I had to act properly and not do anything that would cast any bad reflection upon my father. The church in which I was brought up in was a very fundamental, conservative church, where most things were quite, the term was worldly. Dancing was worldly, going to the movies was worldly, playing cards was worldly. Anything that was not really zeroed in on Jesus was worldly. My mother and I shared a bureau. Well, every day she would come in and open her drawers and pull things out, you know. So, you know, it was no mystery to me what was in those drawers. And so one day, my mother and dad were not home. And all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, the thought comes to me to go to the bureau and pull out a pair of my mother's bloomers. I mean, they had bloomers in those days. They didn't have thongs, you know. But I put them on, just like that. And, you know, there was no outside influence to do something like this. And over the years, as I look back on it, I can only see that there was just something innate within me that somehow or other drew me to them, to that thing. I don't think at that point I had the realization that I wanted to be a girl, but I think that realizations come gradually. I went to seminary to train to be a minister. But as I got deeper into the life of the church, I felt very conflicted. I even took my problem to some of my professors that I really felt close with. And all they could do was say, well, you know, just pray to the Lord. Trust that He will answer your prayers and take this thing right away from you. But I never could get away from this other part of me. I've always been attracted to beautiful women. No, I think that a lot of it was, there was always this underlying desire to be a beautiful woman. So as long as I couldn't be a beautiful woman, I just tried to become a woman vicariously through them. One day, a new family started to attend church, and the wife was a beautiful woman. There was just a chemistry between us. I was spending a lot of time with her. I would visit her very frequently, and it became very well known. And my wife, I mean, women aren't stupid, and they pick up on this. And I walked out of a family of 4 lovely kids, causing all kinds of devastation and heartache and you name it. I entered all of those marriages with the highest of hopes. And all of my wives, we all had the highest of hopes. But all of those marriages went south eventually. This is my daughter, Lisa. But sadly, you know, Lisa was born up, I trained her, I raised her up to be in the same rigid religious background that I was walking in. And so when I came out as Ellie, I mean, this was the last straw. I mean, she loves me. All my kids love me. I know that. But they detest what's happened to me. And not all of them, just basically Lisa and Peter, his Peter with 7 of his boys, and here they are, I think, with all of them together.
So Peter hasn't accepted.
No, we talk occasionally. The last time I talked to him was, I called him on his birthday, which was February 22nd, and we had a good conversation. It was friendly. But, you know, when he talks to me personally, I know that he's always got an agenda, and his agenda is to reconvert me, to bring me back out of my sinfulness and getting back to Jesus. He thinks that, you know, I've forsaken Jesus or something like that. I mean, they don't realize that I love Jesus more than I've ever loved him before in my whole life.
Right, and he won't let you see the grandkids at all?
No, I'm not welcome to in their home. So that, you know, that's not fun. But, you know, I trust that things will change, you know. You know, I had a vision of my soulmate was this perfect character that would meet my each and every need. And it's unfair to expect that a person can live to meet your every expectation. But more than that, once again, this feeling of wanting to be a woman just took over. When Jesus finally dropped in on me and paid an unexpected visit on me, he told me, be a woman with my blessing.